Well, bore da pawb. Good morning, everyone. And guten morgen, I should say, shouldn't I? Croeso nôl i chi gyd ar gyfer yr ail sesiwn yma o Almaeneg gyda ni yn e-sgol ar Goethe Institut. A very warm welcome back to you all for this second session with us at e-sgol and the Goethe Institute. As I say that, I'm very glad to say that I'm joined by Frau Devons once again in order to lead the session. And also today, you saw her on screen last week with a recorded message telling us all about the Goethe Institute, but we're actually joined by Frau Whittle, I should say, this week rather than Emma. So hello again, Frau Whittle. Thank you for joining us today. Hope you're well.
Very well, Borada, everyone. Lovely to see you all. I am absolutely delighted about how many enthusiastic German learners we have in Wales. It's absolutely wonderful. And please, teachers, carry on posting some great stuff that you are about these lessons. I saw one with children singing Felix and Francie. So please do tag us at GI London _1 with any clips or anything that you'd like to post about your German lessons. Thanks for having me here today.
Thank you for joining us. And yeah, we've got plenty of other schools that have been singing the Hallo Felix, Hallo Francie song as well. And I think we're going to show you some of those to kick off today's session, actually. So if we can see the first slide from today's PowerPoint, and here it is on the way. And we might get some pointers from Frau Devons and Frau Whittle about everyone's performances during these clips here, but we're going to start off with Year 5 at Hafan y Môr. So shall we have a little rendition from them?
Hallo Felix, hallo Francie, hallo guten Morgen, hallo guten Tag. Tschüss Felix, tschüss Francie, tschüss Freunde, auf Wiedersehen bis bald.
Wasn't that good? Da iawn ysgol Hafan y Môr. Gwych. What do you think, Frau Devons?
Wunderbar! It's all I can say, really. It's wonderful. Absolutely brilliant. I'm so pleased. They sung so beautifully.
I can agree entirely. Da iawn ysgol Hafan y Môr. And then we'll have a verse from ysgol chaneuon as well, shall we?
Hallo Felix, hallo Francie, hallo guten Morgen, hallo guten Tag. Tschüss Felix, tschüss Francie, tschüss Freunde, auf Wiedersehen bis bald.
Excellent. Da iawn ysgol Hafan y Môr ac ysgol Llannon. Chi ydi ser yr wythnos ar gyfer y gan. You are our stars of the week for the Felix and Francie song. And we also set you a challenge, I think, in terms of using last week's new vocabulary. And we've got examples of those, I think, on the next screen. So we'll move forward. And now then, we've got Benny and Harry, first of all, and they've used the new vocabulary to greet each other. So shall we have a watch?
Hallo. Hallo. Ich bin Benny Francis. Ich bin Harry Turner. Das ist Harry Turner. Das ist Benny Francis. Bis bald. Bis bald.
What do we think, Frau Devons?
Wunderbar as well. I mean, I love the way they've got that Welsh pronunciation of the ish so spot on. I knew the Welsh would be better at ish than the English speakers would be. That's so brilliant.
It does help for sure, doesn't it?
It really does. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Arbennig. Da iawn, excellent, Benny and Harry. And now I think we're going to see another example, this time from Carwyn and Jack.
Ich bin Jack Burley. Das sind Jack Burley. Das sind Combination. Bis bald.
Now then, a very similar setup from Carwyn and Jack, but there was a slight difference there, maybe. Was there, Frau Devons?
There was. They said das sind, and the other two said das ist. And it's brilliant. They're doing so loud and so clear and such beautiful pronunciation. Just remember that das sind is when you're talking about more than one person. That's the plural. So it's better if you say das ist in that one. But they did it so beautifully. I'm so impressed.
Yeah, really good, Carwyn and Jack. Just remember that then das ist when you're talking about one person. And it's really important that you remember that for the quiz as well, because last week, that was the only question that the majority actually got wrong. So we've included that question in today's Kahoot as well to see if everyone can correct their answers from last week. But really good, da iawn, Carwyn and Jack. Now, I think we've got an example from Mara and Libby.
Hallo, guten Morgen. Ich bin Mara. Ich bin Libby. Tschüss. Auf Wiedersehen.
There we are, slightly different with some different use of how to say goodbye, I think, Frau Devons.
Yeah, I love that. I love the fact that we've got everyone using the different ways of saying goodbye. We've got bis bald, tschüss, and auf Wiedersehen. It's really cool.
Excellent. Da iawn, Mara and Libby. And now we've got a solo act, if you like. We've got Faith using some of the new vocabulary.
Guten Tag, ich bin Faith. Das ist Internet, das ist Betsy, das ist Social. Das sind Auf Wiedersehen.
Really good, I think. Faith, what do you think, Frau Devons?
Absolutely wonderful. I love the confidence there, speaking and introducing her friends. It's so cool. We'll talk about how to say my friends in a minute, because I think that was something a lot of people wanted to say, and I didn't tell you that one last week, so we'll talk about that one in a minute.
Yeah, everyone's obviously very keen to progress their use of German. But thank you very much to all 7 of you. You're also stars of the week. And speaking of stars of the week, the star of the week for the Kahoot quiz was Gethin from e-sgol Ynys Wen. I think Gethin had about 3 or 4 entries in the top 10 for the high scores for this week. There were loads of other entries, in the top 10 as well, obviously, but we didn't really know who they were because they were using nicknames to play the game. So remember, when you're playing the Kahoot quizzes, please use your real name and note the name of your school as well, so that we're able to mention you if you're stars of the week next week. But well done, Gethin from e-sgol Ynys Wen. You had a very successful week on the Kahoot quiz. Da iawn ti, arbennig. And now then, I think we're going to move on to today's lesson, Frau Devons.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Guten Morgen, everybody. It's so nice to see you all back again, that we didn't scare you away. That's fantastic. Fantastic. So I thought we'd have a quick check that everybody's on last week's vocabulary. I think from what we've seen, it was pretty good. So we've got our hallo, our guten Morgen, and our guten Tag for saying hello to everybody. We've got ich bin for I am, das ist for this is or that is, and das sind for these are. Now I notice some people want to say my friends. These are my friends. You can say das sind meine Freunde. These are my friends. So if you want to say my friends, you can say meine Freunde. And I think some people wanted to know that, so it's a useful thing to hear. And then we heard everyone using all the different tschüss, auf Wiedersehen, so that's really good. And the bis bald. We've talked about und. We heard people saying und. We've said heard the Herr and the Frau, and then the Freunde. Don't forget, when you're saying Freunde, that EU sound is a bit odd sometimes to English people, but it says oi, as if you're cross with somebody and you're going to go oi. So remember that Freunde, and remember to pronounce the E on the end for your F, Freunde. Thank you. Am I the only one seeing lots of emojis popping up on screen?
There are a lot of emojis. Yeah, we're getting a lot of positive feedback, I think, Frau Devons.
Very disconcerting. Okay, thank you. Next slide. Right, so we've looked at what we did last week. We're going to watch another video in a bit. We're going to play a game. So you're going to have to get up and move around today. It's going to be a bit different. And then we'll play the Kahoot game at the end as well. Okay, next slide, please. So learning some new words again today and using them correctly. See how good you are at that. You did a good job last week. Next slide, please. Right, but we can't do anything else without having Felix and Francie back with us, can we? So let's have the music and sing them out of the box.
Hallo Felix, hallo Franzi, hallo guten Morgen, hallo guten Tag. Hallo Felix, hallo Franzi, hallo guten Morgen, hallo guten Tag.
Oh, da sind wir wieder. Hallo Kinder. Hallo. Ich bin Franzi. Ich bin Felix. Das ist Franzi. Das ist Felix. Das sind Felix und Franzi. Felix und Franzi sind meine Freunde. Felix und Franzi are my friends. Felix und Franzi sind auch eure Freunde. Felix and Franzi are your friends as well. Let's look at the next slide and see what we're going to learn today. Oh, wie geht's? Oh, es geht mir gut, Frau Devons. Wie geht's, Franzi? Es geht mir wunderbar, Frau Devons. Oh, we're going to learn about how to say how we're feeling today. So we've got the wie geht's. Herr Davies, should we do some repeating? Do you think that we're a good idea now? So we'll go wie geht's?
Wie geht's?
Wunderbar. Es geht mir.
Es geht mir.
Great. Now, that looks a bit odd, that translation there, where I've put how's it going? It's going something with me. And that's kind of technically exactly what the German means. When you're saying wie geht's, you're saying how's it going? Sometimes you can say wie geht es dir? How's it going with you? In English, we wouldn't often say that. We normally say how are you, don't we? But how's it going is exactly what the Germans are saying. So I think it's useful to know exactly what you're saying when you're using those words, so you don't use them in the wrong situation. So when you answer, you can just say the word that you're feeling, wunderbar or gut or nicht gut or schlecht. But if you want to really show off your German, put it in a sentence, you can say es geht mir wunderbar, es geht mir gut. So let's try those feelings words then. We've got schlecht.
Schlecht.
Well done. Nicht gut.
Nicht gut.
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 Wunderbar.
Wunderbar.
Well done. Those are beautifully pronounced, Herr Davies. Absolutely beautiful. So those are just a few feelings you could be saying when you're thinking about how you're feeling today. Now, in the video we're going to watch, there's a little bit of the Felix and Franzi going schau when they're pointing at things. Schau. They want you to look at stuff. Schau. Schau. Da ist Frau Whittle. Da ist Herr Davies. Look over there. Can you say schau?
Schau.
And sometimes we can use the new verb today. Ich habe. Ich habe. Can you try that?
Ich habe.
I have. Brilliant. Now, obviously, the country Felix and Franzi flew from, in where they were in Berlin, is Germany, and Germany in German is Deutschland. Deutschland. We've got that oi sound in the middle, like in Freund. Deutschland. Can you try Deutschland?
Can. Deutschland.
Wunderbar. And obviously, when we want to say yes to something, we can say ja.
Ja.
Wunderbar. Now, they get something through the letterbox in this video, and they say, was ist das? Was ist das? What is that? Was ist das? Can you try that?
Was ist das?
Wunderbar. And actually, what it is eine Postkarte. Eine Postkarte, a postcard. Try that, please.
Eine Postkarte.
Wunderbar. That's really good. Right, so now we've learnt some new words that we're going to watch in the video. See if you can spot all those words in the video. Maybe repeat them when you hear them, if you need to. Let's have a go. Let's watch the next slide.
Eins, zwei, drei, vier.
Hallo Felix, wie geht's?
Es geht mir schlecht. Es geht mir gut. Es geht mir schlecht. Es geht mir gut. Es geht mir nicht gut.
What's going on? Felix is unhappy. Oh, I know. He must be homesick.
Ich habe Heimweh. Schau. Das bin ich mit Franzi in Deutschland. Franzi und ich an der Nordsee. Schau, Winter in Deutschland. Es geht mir schlecht. Ich habe Heimweh. Ja, das sind meine Freunde in Berlin. Oh, es geht mir schlecht. Hey, was ist das? Eine Postkarte.
Hallo Felix. Wie geht's? Uns geht es wunderbar. Liebe Grüße, deine Freunde.
Hallo,
Wie geht's?
es geht mir gut. So gut.
Wunderbar.
Do you know what? Felix and Francie's friends are planning to visit them in England. No wonder that Felix is so happy. Sing the goodbye song for them in German. Felix will feel even better.
Thank you. Still running. I think is the video still running in the background?
I think it's the Kahoot music.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay.
So,
Right. Shall I just go over the words again?
that's a great idea, I think. Yeah. We'll go back to that slide now. And we're very grateful to Siwan, who's doing all the work in the background. Yeah, thank you, Siwan.
She does a brilliant job. Okay, so now you found out how excited, how Felix is feeling homesick to start with, but then he gets a postcard from all his friends in Berlin and he's feeling all happy again. And they're telling him that they're feeling wonderful. Es geht uns wunderbar. It's going wonderfully with us. So es geht uns wunderbar. So he said, ich habe Heimweh. I have homesickness. So you don't say I am homesick in German. You say I have homesickness. In fact, you say that with lots of things like that. You say I have hunger and I have thirst as well in German. Ich habe Heimweh. I am homesick. Hopefully everybody watching is actually in school or in the place near where they live, so they shouldn't be feeling homesick. So that should be okay. But obviously Felix and Francie were a long way away from home. So we could start by saying, wie geht's? And their answer can be, es geht mir wunderbar. Wie geht's? Es geht mir wunderbar. Or you could say, wie geht's? Es geht mir schlecht. Es geht mir schlecht. If you're not feeling good at all, if you're feeling awful, it's not so much sick, just feeling really unhappy or really sad. Wie geht's? Nicht gut, not good. Wie geht's? Es geht mir gut. Good. So if we want to do a conversation with each other, we could say, hallo, hallo, ich bin Felix, ich bin Francie. Wie geht's? Es geht mir wunderbar. Wie geht's? Es geht mir gut. Tschüss, auf Wiedersehen. So you can see you've actually got lots of words already to make a conversation. And on the next slide, we're going to have a go at doing that. And this is, oh no, before that, let's have a go at practicing those words. So your favourite words from that last slide, actually just pop back to the last slide again. Sorry. Thank you. Which is your favourite word in there? Schau, wunderbar. I know the children I teach in school love wunderbar. They put their thumbs up and they go wunderbar really excitedly. Deutschland is a good word. It's a nice long one and you've got lots of nice German sounds in there. So just have a quick think, everybody. We'll give you 10 seconds to just practice saying your favourite word from today's lesson. Off you go. Okay, thank you. Right. Remember, when you're practicing your words, you can say them quietly, you can say them loud, you can say them in a silly voice, you can sing them, and go away and practice them at home and sing them to yourself at home. Sing them to yourself in the shower when you're getting ready for bed or getting up in the morning. It's always a good way to practice them in as many ways as you possibly can. Okay, let's move on, please. And again, thank you. Right, let's have a go at playing a game. So, teachers, we're going to need your help here to be keeping an eye on the music and to be keeping an eye on the children at the same time. I know you're all amazing, so I'm sure you can all do that. So the idea is, I suggest in a minute when we're ready to start, everybody just stands behind their chair and tucks their chairs in the classroom. And then we're going to start the music, and you just have to walk around the classroom using all the spaces, not all bunching up together, walking around the classroom, and then Xian is going to stop the music suddenly. You can be singing along to the music, but pay attention to when the music stops. And as soon as the music stops, turn to the person nearest to you and have a conversation like Felix and Francie just did. Hallo, introduce yourselves. Hallo, ich bin Felix. Wie geht's? Hallo, ich bin Francie. Mir geht's gut. And Francie could ask it back, and wie geht's? Wunderbar, danke. And then say goodbye, tschüss. But pay attention. We're going to be having the conversations on screen as well. I'm going to start with Herr Davies, and then the music will play. Or shall I start with Frau Whittle? Would you prefer that, Herr Davies? Yeah. I'll start with Frau Whittle, and then when the music starts again, when the music stops the second time, I'll have a conversation with Herr Davies. And then when it stops again, I think Frau Whittle can ask me, and she can have a conversation with me, so she can be the first person to speak. So we'll practice that 3 times. So listen carefully. As soon as the music stops, have a conversation. As soon as the music starts, then you need to pay attention to the music again and keep moving around. So if everybody wants to stand behind their chairs and tuck them in out of the way, then I think we're probably ready to begin.
Hallo Felix, hallo Franzi, hallo guten Morgen, hallo guten Tag.
Hallo, ich bin Frau Devons. Wie geht's?
Hallo, Frau Devons. Guten Morgen. Ja, mir geht's gut, danke. Wie geht's dir?
Mir geht's wunderbar, danke. Tschüss.
Sehr gut, tschüss.
Let's have the music.
Hallo Felix, hallo Franzi, hallo guten Morgen.
Hallo, ich bin Frau Devons. Wie geht's?
Hallo, ich bin Herr Davies. Mir geht's gut.
That's me. Can you ask me how I'm feeling?
Wie geht's?
Wunderbar, danke.
Hallo, guten Tag.
Frau Whittle, do you want to ask me?
Hallo, ich bin Frau Whittle. Wie geht's?
Es geht mir schlecht. Wie geht's?
Oh nein,
Ja.
es geht mir gut, danke. Tschüss.
Tschüss. Okay, let's see if everybody's ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Hopefully, you've all finished having your conversations and you can walk back to your seats and sit down sensibly. Make sure you're listening again. Well done, everybody. I hope you had lots of really good conversations there. It's always best to practice the vocabulary as quickly as you can, as soon as you've learnt it.